Emmy baked some cookies to sell. 55% of the cookies were chocolate chip cookies, while the rest were gingerbread cookies. 60% of the chocolate chip cookies and 80% of the gingerbread cookies were sold. She sold 276 cookies altogether. What was the total number of cookies Emmy baked? To start, let's figure out what percentage of the cookies were gingerbread cookies. We know that 55% were chocolate chip, so that means the rest of the cookies had to be gingerbread cookies. So if we take 100%, the total amount of cookies made, and subtract 55, we will get 45. So the gingerbread cookies is 45% of the cookies that she made. In order to figure out the total number of cookies she baked, we need to find what is 60%, or the amount of chocolate chip cookies that she sold, 60% of the amount of chocolate chip cookies she made, which is 55% of the total cookies made. So we're finding 60% of 55%. And then we're going to need to do the same for the gingerbread cookies. Find 80% of the gingerbread cookies that were sold, 80% of 45%, which is how many gingerbread cookies were made. So 80% of 45%. You could do both of these one of two ways. You could do fraction form, 60 over 100 times 55 over 100. But in this case, I would recommend doing the decimal form for both of these, 0.60 times 0.50. Anything times 0 is just 0. Bring down a placeholder. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Then add two placeholder zeros. Anything times 0 is just 0. We add everything together and we get 3,000. Count up your places, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then apply them to your answer, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will get 0.30 for the chocolate chip cookies. Then for our other one, we'll do that over here, 0.80. I'll do that on the bottom actually, 0.45 times 0.80. 0 times anything is 0, placeholder. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 4 is 36. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. And then anything times 0 on that last row would just give us all zeros. When we add, we will be left with 3,600. Count up your places, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apply them to your answer, and we will get 0.36 for the gingerbread cookies. Both of these decimals we can convert to percentages, and then we can combine them together to figure out what is the percentage of cookies that she sold. 0.30 is equal to 30%, because when we multiply by 100, we would move our decimal point 2 places to the right, and same with 36. We'd multiply by 100, move our 2 decimal places to the right, and be given 36%. When we add those two percentages together, we will get the total number of cookies sold, or the percentage of all the cookies sold, which is 69%. So now we can set up a proportional ratio. If 276 cookies were sold out of an unknown total amount of cookies, and that is equal to 69 out of 100, what is this unknown amount of total cookies? To solve that, we can cross multiply. We would have 69x. I'm going to do this up here so I have some room. 69x is equal to 276 times 100, which would be 276, add 2 zeros, so 27,600. Then we would do opposite operations and divide both sides by 69, and we are going to need more room. These two 69s will cancel, leaving us with x equals, how many times can 69 go into 27,600? Take a look at your answer choices to help you do this quickly. 2 is probably not going to cut it. 4 is in 2 answer choices, so let's start there. What is 69 times 4? 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 3 is 27. That fits in perfectly. So 69 times 4 will give us 276. There's no remainder, but we just have to bring down the rest of our zeros, and we will get 400 as the total number of cookies Emmy baked, making A our correct answer.